Happy holidays and welcome back, everyone. It has been quite a while since we've uploaded. Some stuff has changed and we've got some news to talk about, so let's get started. First off, Ben is gone for a while, so I'm going to be running the show on my own until he gets back, and it's going to be a bit harder, but I'll see what I can do. Moving on, the Game Awards happened a couple weeks ago, so we've got some news from that. We're also going to be going over some of my favorite games I've seen that have come out this year, or that have been announced to come out next year. So, during the Game Awards, we got quite a few announcements of games, but the few most interesting to me are Elden Ring Night Reign, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth coming to PC, and a new 2D side-scrolling Ninja Gaiden game. Elden Ring Night Reign is a new standalone spin-off set in a world parallel to Elden Ring's world. In Elden Ring Night Reign, players can team up with up to 2 co-op partners and drop into an area based on Limgrave area in Elden Ring that has enemies and structures that are randomized at the beginning of each session. You must then rush to find better and more powerful weapons and defeat enemy camps so that when nightfall hits, you will be more prepared for a challenging boss encounter. If you survive for 3 in-game days, then you must take on one of the 8 major in-game bosses. This game seems to be somewhat of an RPG roguelike style game that is run-based, so if you die, you must restart. I'll be interested to see if there are any stats or things we get to keep between runs, or if we'll have to completely start from scratch every run. I'm very excited to see what this game will be like when it comes out. Next, we've got Final Fantasy VII Rebirth coming to PC on January 23rd, 2025. Not much to talk about there, it's pretty self-explanatory, just a port of the second part of the 3-part remake series of Final Fantasy VII. And for another new game, we've got a new 2D side-scrolling Ninja Gaiden game called Ninja Gaiden Ragebound. I don't think we know much about it other than the fact that it is published by Dotemu, the company that also did Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge, and it is developed by the blasphemous developer The Game Kitchen, under license from Koei Tecmo. Next, the Steam Winter Sale is currently live, and there are a ton of great deals. A couple games that came out this year that are on sale include Balatro, Pepper Grinder, and Peglin. Peglin came out of early access this year, and the other 2 came out brand new earlier this year. Elden Ring is on sale for $35 if you like Souls games, and a couple indie recommendations that I always love to suggest are Heartbound for $8 and Celeste for $5. There are also so many other great games, it's hard to know what to recommend. Back to the Game Awards. There are a couple awards I'd like to give a shout out to. Helldivers 2 got the award for Best Ongoing Game, which is amazing because it only came out this year. It also got Best Multiplayer Game, and I would definitely recommend checking it out if you like multiplayer third-person shooters. Next, we've got Balatro with the Best Indie Game, Best Debut Indie Game, and Best Mobile Game. Another game I would highly recommend checking out. It's a roguelike deck builder where you play poker hands to try and reach certain score thresholds to move on, and is only $15 on Steam. And it is actually also on sale for the winter sale for $13.50. And finally, we've got Astrobot, which got Best Action Adventure Game, Best Family Game, Best Game Direction, and of course, Game of the Year. I don't personally have a PlayStation, but I have heard great things about it and would highly recommend checking this game out. Moving on, some of my favorite games I've seen this year have been Unicorn Overlord, Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown, and Animal Well. All 3 are amazing games I would recommend checking out. Unicorn Overlord is a tactics game published by Atlas and came out early in the year. I put several hours in this game and is very fun, very engaging. The combat gets a little repetitive after a while, but it's still very fun. Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown is a Metroidvania by Ubisoft and is super fun to play. The combat is very engaging and you can tune the difficulty settings for different things in the game quite a bit. It is probably one of the games with the greatest accessibility settings from this whole entire year. It's got great platforming, very engaging boss fights, and really cool mechanics throughout the game. And finally, Animal Well is one of the best Metroidvania platformers I have played in quite a while. It is a very fun discovery method for your various tools throughout the game, and there are quite a few tricks to learn when it comes to mechanics. I don't want to spoil anything about it though, so I highly recommend you go check it out and experience it for yourself. As of a couple days ago, it looks like we've got some leaks from the case company dbrand. We've got leaks about this Nintendo Switch 2 that should be coming in 2025. They've got a new picture of a case design for it that on their website that looks like it should be the Switch 2. It also looks pretty much like all the CAD file leaks we've gotten throughout the past couple months, so that seems like it's the most likely design for the Switch 2. Take these leaks with a grain of salt though, because Nintendo could change anything at any time, and we don't even have the full announcement of Nintendo Switch 2 yet. We've also got rumors for the Switch 2 announcement and release date. Again, take these with a grain of salt because they might not be true. They are just leaks after all. There's a rumor that points to Nintendo Switch 2 being released in late March 2025, and the announcement date could be as early as January 8th from the leaks we've been seeing. I personally am very excited for the Switch 2 because we've been told it has backwards compatibility some similar Nintendo Switch Online feature, and because it's the Switch successor as they've called it, it should still be able to do the whole switching between portable and docked mode like we all love, despite me personally only sometimes using it handheld. And finally, Stardew Valley has hit a staggering 41 million in lifetime sales. You've probably heard of this game by now, but if you haven't, it is amazing farming/life sim where you take over your grandpa's old farm and start a new life in the country to try and get away from the boring city life. Most of the sales have been on PC, 26 million approximately. Nintendo Switch has made up the other 7.9 million in sales. And what's super surprising is that in February, Concerned Ape revealed that it had reached 30 million in sales. This means that over 11 million copies were sold in the last 10 months alone. This was mainly due to the game's big 1.6 update that went live in March. We'd been waiting for this update for a while, and it finally came. This gave us a new chance to go back to the game and explore what we had seen before and what is brand new. And that's about all I have for today's episode. Thanks everyone for watching. If you're watching on YouTube, give us a like and leave a nice comment. If you're listening to this on a podcast app, leave us a good review. Both things help out a lot. And finally, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments and I'll see if I can answer them next time. We'll see you next time. Peace out.
Standing side by side, memories fade, but legends never die. One last time, let's live for something. I can feel my blood, it's rushing. This ain't goodbye, we'll be back someday.